In honor of Star Wars month, we've got to put away our Star Wars Disney pins. We had a really fun idea when we went into Hobby Lobby and we saw these Star Wars poster pictures. We thought, why don't we put pins on the pictures?
So today we are bringing out our Star Wars pin collection to put all those away, and I'm really excited to show you guys all our pins because we have a couple hundred Star Wars pins because that is my main collection.
He's the most proud of his Star Wars pins. That's his favorite, and I love Star Wars too. Let's get started.
And here we have our Stormtrooper board. So of course we gotta load this up with all the Stormtrooper pins, although I'm not sure I have quite enough to fill it all with Stormtrooper, so we are also going to include my Clone Trooper and Clone Wars pins on here. First up on the list, these are all Clone Wars mystery box pins. One of my favorite pins of the collection. This is an old Star Wars weekend one with a bunch of troopers and of course Jango Fett. And another jumbo pin, this one's for the prequels. A D23 Ahsoka, can't forget the logo. This is a fantasy pin of Ahsoka. And next up, I have a whole handful of these spinner pins that were for a Star Wars weekend in 2003. Dooku and C-3PO, and Anakin Skywalker. To match the other side, there's gonna be Jango and Yoda, Padme and Mace, and R2. These ones are fig pins, they're really great, I love how big they are. More Clone Wars related, and there's gonna be quite a few of those, including Captain Rex, more clones. I like to collect duplicates of Clone Troopers. I have a bunch of helmets, these ones are all from the Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. And a couple more. And then I have another style of helmet. So this one was a D23 set that had a whole bunch of these Clone Troopers. I don't have the full set, but it was a limited edition of 300, I believe. A Loungefly backpack. Old style Clone Trooper. More Troopers. We've gone through all the Clone Trooper pins. Now it's time to head over to Stormtroopers. All of these were part of a mystery bag. A couple more of those. And more helmets from a D23 set. These pins are actually fake, but I keep them anyway because I think they're cool. This is one of the largest pins, but actually one of the cheapest. This is a Funko Pop. Mystery Box Troopers, a Vinylmation of a Stormtrooper, which I'll put on his shoulder, a Flame Trooper, a Battle Droid, and one of my favorites to finish us off. Aren't you a little short for a Stormtrooper? Okay, time to put them in their final spots and push them in. Almost forgot one there. This one's a fantasy pin, but I thought it was super cool. And we have finished the first board, and now we're on to the second board. So this one, we have Luke and Vader, so I'm kind of thinking I could get all my light side pins over here and some dark side pins over here, and we'll see. To get us started, let's show you guys this one. So this is a Loungefly lenticular one for the prequels, of course, so I thought this was such an awesome pin. That is going to have to go right next to Vader's helmet right there. And we do have a couple more lenticular ones. These ones were part of a little Loungefly mystery box. We'll put those next to Vader for now. This is one of my favorites. It's Jedi Mickey from an old Star Wars weekend, 2004. And while we're on the topic of Jedi Mickey, here's my collection of other Jedi Mickeys. And more to come. This one was a series of the Fab Five dressed up as Star Wars characters. So there's Leia, Mickey, and then Darth, Goofy. Mickey and friends aren't the only Star Wars characters they've done. They've done Stitch as both the light side and the dark side. Chewbacca Goofy, Vader versus Mickey Mouse. Oh, that fits so perfect right there. Palpatine Stitch, and one of my favorites, Darth Tater. Anakin Skywalker Mickey, one of my favorites, Darth Goofy and Duck Maul there. We got more Darth Maul pins coming. Join the duck side, and 3 matching Donalds. Some nice Darth Maul pins. This one's a slider, Fighting Vader. I'm saying this for a lot of pins, but this is another one of my favorites. And you guessed it, another one of my favorites. You Jedi scum, Stitch. Another Mickey versus Vader. There's a lot of pins for Mickey as a Jedi. And here's another. We need some more blue pins for the light side, so here's some R2s. And a set of swapped color BB-8 and R2. This was a really awesome series that came out a couple years ago. A bunch of circles, I don't have them all, but quite a few here. Like little profiles, so I like them. Almost missed Jango. More Star Wars weekends. I love how he's a little dog. This pin was really unique. It's one of the piece of history pins. But if you look at the back, this pin contains a representation of the planet Alderaan, not actual piece. Still really fun though. A Revenge of the Sith poster. This series is supposed to be like the original Star Wars toys that were released in the 80s. Obi-Wan Kenobi. And a couple more Darth Vaders. This is the original Star Wars concept art. This pin is very funny, so if you guys can't tell, this is not an official pin. This is a fantasy pin, and the first fantasy pin I ever owned. I actually got this while trading in Frontierland. A few Count Dooku's, and then more Star Wars weekends, although one of these actually has an error. I have the non-error right there, and an error one right here. You can see they glued the photo upside down. A couple lightsaber relateds. Earth Sidious and Obi-Wan. Matching Anakin. the Death Star, and some TIE Fighters. Young Pod Racer Anakin, some of the same mystery as this guy, and the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, an IG-88 and some Stormtroopers. More Darkseid. This is a pin you get from building a lightsaber in Galaxy's Edge. And we're almost done with pins for this board, but we're finishing off with a bang. This is an old set with a bunch of really cool logos on the inside. And it looks like we do have some more space on the board, so I'm gonna add in this guy. And we almost forgot about Daisy. Some droids from a mystery box. All right, time to get these a little more organized and we'll push them in. I found one more we could add on. It is this AT-AT Walker. All right, we got them all pushed in, so here's their finalized positions. And our next board is a little bit unique. We got the Falcon board. We actually got this when it was inside of someone's collection. They sent the collection to us on this board, which was really awesome. So now we gotta put our Falcon pins on it.
And Chewie.
And Chewie, of course.
First off.
Well, there goes half the board. But yes, this is an Acme LE100. Very beautiful Falcon. That is definitely one of my nicest Star Wars pins right there. Oh, that's a really cool one. And it's a Loungefly Jumbo.
Yeah.
We got a Falcon pin for the Falcon board.
And another one of my favorites. It's so sparkly. And this one from one of the new mystery boxes.
And there's that board all filled up. Didn't take much. Now that we got those boards accomplished, it's time to finish us off on our Pinspiration board down here. These are all the Star Wars pins we still have to go through, and there's quite a few just kind of scattered all around. We got all our Mandalorian stuff in here. This one's more classic-y Star Wars, and then some Bounty Hunter stuff in this one. So we gotta figure out how to organize that, and hopefully everything will fit on the board. This one I kept on my last board as the centerpiece, but I think...
Both of them together.
Yeah, both of them together actually work so well. We've decided to put it more towards the top instead of the center because it kind of we thought it looked nice up there. I thought it looked nice up there.
Maybe.
But what we could put above it are these movie posters. So there's one for each episode, 1 through 6, and then 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because we do have this jumbo from the 30th anniversary of Star Wars, which I thought was really cool. There's a lot of really neat scenes in it, but I don't know if I want 30 on there.
30, like.
I'll set that to the side. We'll see if we got space for it.
The 1 year you turned 30,
yeah, that'll go up on there. My 30th birthday pin. This is one of the coolest sets out there. So this is supposed to be like a little magazine poster series. I have 4 of them. There's a lot in this set actually. I think there's around 20 of them. So I still got a ways to collect on those. And this was on my grail list for such a long time, and I was finally able to come across it. Let me open this up and show you guys what it is. Stormtrooper Mickey and Chewbacca sitting on Star Tours, and guess what? This slides down to reveal the little Star Tours pilot, and then it even has a scene on the inside of the ride. So it's like the piece of Disney movie histories, except it's Star Tours, so I thought that was such an amazing pin, and I just love how this actually slides down to reveal the robot. And then I do have a duplicate. It has a slightly variant. It's very similar to this scene because all of them are actually unique. There's no 2 that are exactly alike because they all have a slightly varying piece on the middle. No 2 are alike, so this one has, I believe it's a blueprint. Yeah, it's like a blueprint of the ride vehicle on the inside. Now you can really see it. Yeah, it's just a little blueprint of the ride vehicle. And we got to bring out some more Star Wars ones. So here's one of the piece of history Star Tours. I love how on the back it actually tells you what it's from. It contains a piece of the mural from the side of the Star Speeder 3000 vehicles on the original tours. This one's a nice little spinner with a hologram of Yoda, and I am the Rebel Spy. And these are some of my favorites to collect. It's any of the park pins. So this one's my favorite of the bunch. It is Vader from the Disneyland commercial. This will be a day long remembered. And then Vader in front of MGM Studios. Judge me by my size, do you? A small world after all it is. Some Greedo pins. And then I have my Clone Trooper pins I am starting to hoard. I got 4 of these guys so far. I just love hoarding the Clone Trooper pins. So I got 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, nice in the corner over there.
No.
They fit perfect. And also from that same set is the Scout Trooper. So he can go ahead and hang out with those guys up there.
I think those should all go in a row on a small pin board or something.
But okay, well for now they're gonna go on this board.
They don't fit.
Until we have that small pin board. If we run out of room, we'll move them. But this one's from the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. May the Force be with you. Here's some Mandalorian pins. We gotta bring those guys out next. These two were from an old pin set that they used to play music, actually. If you press this button on the back, they'd light up and play a sound, I believe. But sadly, since they are so old, their batteries no longer work. This one's really cool. It's a WGI Mando helmet. LE250. Our Jar Jar pins that they don't make a whole lot for him, but we got these two. We have completed the board, so we actually made everything fit on there, including all the Clone Trooper helmets, which was perfect. So we got the Bounty Hunter corner, there is all the Grogus and Mandos, and then of course we got some of the nice little posters up at the top. And yeah, I'm very happy that we were able to fit everything on there. But now it is time to go hang all these guys on the wall. And that has been our Star Wars pin collection.
Hope you guys enjoyed seeing us put our pins away.
But other than that, that's going to be all for today's video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if you did, be sure to leave us a like down below.
Subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Have a magical day.